Hello, we're live. We are back for a classic word nerd word sprint. I know a lot of us are really excited for this. Feels like it's been a little while since we've done sprints and prompts. I think, Megan, you said that you did have some prompts as well. Yeah, you got that covered. Good, because I am not good at making that up on the fly. Do we want to go around a little tiny bit, like a 5-minute thing, and just say what each of us are working on today? I've got Leah here on my right. What are you working on today?
Oh, same old, same old. Be Gay, Do Crimes book. But I'm on chapter 13, so I've made progress since the last time I was working on it on here. So.
That's exciting. And Emma, what about you?
Yeah, I'm working on rewriting a romantic fantasy I wrote a few years ago. I have not made any progress since the last time I was writing it on here. So, don't even know when that was.
Kyra, what about you?
I have been doing revisions and am not like really actively working on something. I want to do Nano. So I think I'm going to revisit this idea I was planning to work on next before I signed with an agent and kind of got swept up in that craziness. So I really wish I was drafting because we haven't done like a classic write-in for so long, but
yeah,
maybe we'll bring some back for Nano.
Heck yeah.
So I'm just going to try and be like reacquainting myself with the project and headspace that I think I will work on for Nano.
A great idea.
Nice.
I got it. Like, do I call on Megan? Your poor voice.
You can call on me. My voice is a little better this evening than it was this morning. I was sick this week and then lost my voice. So, woohoo! I was like, oh no, someone's gonna have to be the voice of the chat. But yeah, we have a bunch of sprints or prompts that I'm really excited about. I wanted to tailor it so like easing back into full write-in. I have 3 different kinds of prompts kind of tailored to what you might be here for. So whether you want like a casual nano prep, like you want to just hang out and be creative and not feel bad if you're not making progress, traditionally speaking. And I've got like a more traditional prep prompt. And then I've got a productivity one for those of you who might just like have us on in the background while you're doing other stuff, kind of preparing for your week. So I've got those. And then for me, I'm doing Nano. So I'm going to work on, I'm 99% sure I'm going to be writing my Baking in Hill House book.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be working on that, preparing. I don't want to write any of it, I think, until Nano. I want to be like a Nano traditionalist this year.
Nice.
So trying to plot.
I am not going to be super productive this time. I just got finished I just dragged myself out of the revisions cave because I sent them in yesterday. Yes, it was a big yay minute. So I'm free to do whatever I want. And for tonight, I'm probably just going to be doing some writing journaling because I used to do that a lot. And it's just been like a really long time since I've been able to like sit down and actually like get my thoughts down on the page about how the writing is going. And so that's something I find really therapeutic, and I'm going to do that tonight. We have a good amount of people here. Welcome. I'm so excited. We're so excited to have you here for another sort of traditional sprint. It's been a little while since we've got to do them. So feel free to let us know in the comments what you're working on tonight. We're always excited to hear about that. Headphones Book says they're working on a fan fiction. That's exciting. Are you okay with telling us what the fan fiction is? That would be interesting. Andrew is going to work on Nano stuff, but if we're going to sprint, then I might as well do this fanfic. Another fanfic. Awesome. Vanessa says she's going to try the prompts tonight. Nice. And Griswold, hi, I'm trying to decide what to write for Nano and brainstorm scenes for my work in progress. That's awesome.
Yay.
Morgan Graves says, not doing anything yet until tomorrow. And that is good too. Literally, this is your sprint. You can use it for literally whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like like Megan said, there's prompts that are just for productivity. So that can literally mean anything you want it to mean. Oh, cool. Headphones Book says it's for this app called Choices. They have a story called The Royal Romance that I'm writing a fanfic for. Oh, that's awesome. I've actually heard of that app before, I think. Yeah. So Megan, the first one is 10 minutes, right? We want
Yeah,
to
I
do
figured like 10-minute warm up.
a warm up. Okay, beautiful. All right. So why don't we start that now? I have my little Pomodoro set up, and
I
it's
have the
just like
prompts.
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So like I mentioned, I've got kind of 3 different tiers of prompts, and the first 2 are very like Preptober practical. You can apply them to your books if you are working on something already. But yeah, and then the last one's for the people who are just here hanging out, who want to be productive. So the casual nano prompt is write down a few ideas that you're considering and just see what's feeling exciting. Just like take some notes, just be thinking, what might you work on? And I'll put all these in the chat too. So if you want to do the more like serious nano prep, maybe think about what POVs you're going to have and what tense you're going to write your nano project in, and try writing a sentence or 2 in each POV to get a feel for voice. And then if you want to just be creative productivity, tidy up your work area during this 10-minute sprint. Kind of get ready. I'll put all those in the chat as well.
That's perfect. Okay. Joe Catherine says, I'm going to productively make my way through this chocolate bar. That sounds very productive, and I kind of wish I was doing that too. Ned says, Sleeping Beauty / Beauty and the Beast mashup in a diesel punk setting. That sounds extremely cool. And Griswold says, Megan, have you seen the new authorized Hill House book? It's called A Haunting on the Hill.
Oh, sorry, I'm into a cough.
Too excited.
I just saw this yesterday. I'm really excited to check it out.
That sounds very cool. Okay, I'm going to hit the Pomodoro. When it's done, you guys will hear a little chime. I picked one that wasn't like make you pee your pants terrifying. So hopefully it will just be a gentle ding instead of a buzzer. I'll let Megan get the prompts in there. Perfect. All right.
And for those watching after the fact, I will put all of these in the description box at the end of the chat.
Perfect. Okay. We are going now 10 minutes. That's it. Yeah, right. It's not the buzzer that scares the crap out of me. All right. We have hit 10 minutes. How did everyone do?
Like 50 words?
That's all I ever get
Nope,
as well in the first warm-up. Hey, opening image.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going back through a lot of my like old notes and through like my plot spreadsheet to try to beef
Nice.
things up so it's ready for Nano.
Yeah, I'm doing kind of the same, just going through and seeing like, well, what scene ideas have I already had? And like, what have I made notes on elsewhere? So I can maybe start forming it into something plot shaped.
Mhm.
I have no idea how many POVs I want this to be. I'm coming off of a book that had like 10 POVs, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe this one's just one.
Yeah, that's what I do now, pretty much. Actually, that's a lie. I literally just finished one with 2. Headphone Book said, just spent most of it just rereading what I had. Yeah. This is really just a warm-up chat. If you didn't do anything at all, that's okay. If you sat there and got your mind in the mindset of now I'm gonna write, that's great. I literally just painted one, nails on my hand, so like super productive.
One single nail.
One single nail. Vanessa got 136 words. That's great. Andrew got 115. You guys are doing awesome. Misty Kate mentions, I loved the 10-year video. Yes, if you guys have not seen the 10-year video, don't leave this chat. Watch till the end. And then when you do, go watch the 10-year video. Megan put a lot of work into it. It was beautiful. I watched it and went, who is chopping onions in my house? I'm not crying. You're crying. It was a really fun little reflection and look back on the full 10 years that we've been doing this. And we were babies when we first started, and seeing our own faces when we first did the, this is the Monday ink slinging or whatever it was. Like, things were so different and we were so young. So yeah, it's a really cool look back on the channel and kind of how we evolved.
I do want to say on that video, there's like a brief clip that Megan included of me from a Nano video that I saw, and it was horrifying. And I was like, I don't even remember this. I eventually remembered, I think I was supposed to be a shiny idea.
Shiny idea.
I think I blocked that from my memory.
Here's Megan.
Oh, that, and I was like, I have to put it in.
Just dredging up.
That's bad too, because like I have done many embarrassing things for the sake of the Nano videos.
But that one you blocked out.
It was
That
so
one I
good.
think
You
I blocked
committed to the bit
It's
so
the, like,
hard.
the like silver face paint. I don't even know what that is or where I got it.
That's why it's just some kind of toxic substance that
I'm
wipes
sure.
your
I
mind
mean, it just like
clear.
looks like it's like caked on my face. It's like kind of nasty looking. The things I do.
You were committed
I
to the
loved
bit.
it.
Things you do for this channel.
As a
Yeah.
recurring guest, no less.
Yeah, dedication. I thought it was great. I loved seeing that. Very good. Yeah, that's really sweet. Andrew says the 10-year video was so nice. It's so crazy to see how much things have changed. I wanted to cry when I saw it too. Yeah, it was like a real like, oh my God moment. Yeah, just seeing how we all change and like the fact that we're all still together. Okay. I'll go start tearing up.
I like the chat part too, Nicole. I was like, I hope everyone's okay with putting this in. It just felt wrong not to have like some part of the people who've been watching us for so long in it as well.
Yeah, because you guys are the most important part
The
of
backbone of
it.
this
Yeah,
channel.
I was like, we would not have a channel if you guys weren't hanging out with us. Yeah, okay, this is gonna turn into just like a giant mushy sentimental chat.
And that was last week's chat.
Yes, that's right.
That was last week's chat. Okay.
And next week's chat probably.
So we're gonna do 20 minutes next. Megan, do you want to add the new 20-minute prompts?
So your casual prompt, casual nano prep prompt, make a Pinterest board for your idea. Think about color palette and aesthetics and maybe actors or models who look like your characters. For your serious prepping a novel prompt, let's hone in on your main character more. What do they long for and how is it at odds with the way they are currently living their life? And creative productivity prompt. Pick one task you've been meaning to do for forever and do as much of it as you can in 20 minutes.
Thankfully, it's too late for me to make any phone calls.
You can leave messages. I make most of my phone calls at night.
Don't call me out like this. I don't like it. Okay, perfect. Megan's adding that to the chat. And I'm gonna hit the little Pomodoro button and away we go. Starting now.
Oh, I'm gonna put a banner up too. It's been forever.
He's so excited. We've made it. Okay. How did you guys do? How'd this one feel?
Well, I decided to do the last prompt that Megan gave of like doing something other than writing. So I have scheduled my COVID booster and flu vaccine that I've been putting off.
Good for you.
So tomorrow I'll have to call about the haircut. So
Nice.
Man, look at you being productive.
yeah.
I figured out the wants of this like third major player in the group. I knew what the first two wanted, but then there was like this love interest character, and I didn't really know what she wanted, and so I had to figure that out a little bit. And I found a way that it ties in really cool with the plot. So that's
Nice.
exciting.
Awesome. Andrew says 160 words. I got distracted. 160 words is
That's
still
pretty good for distracted.
I know. I was like, and you got some distraction in. It's pretty good. Musical Maggie says, I have no idea how far into this dissertation I am, but I think it's more than halfway. That's awesome. Very good. Headphone Book says, I'm onto the intro of my story. I'm struggling because I don't like it, so I started a new document to write out my ideas of what I have so far. That's a really good way of kind of recalibrating. I actually do that all the time. If I'm starting a first chapter and then like, wait, I hate all of this. I do the same thing. So yeah, it's good to kind of, get out of your own head and try to like figure out, why do I hate this? How can I not hate this? That's the goal,
I'm
right?
a big fan of the like, what's 5 different ways I could write this? Do I like any of these better?
Exactly.
When I was going back through some like revision notes I had written like a while back, I found where I was like trying to figure out one of the character's motivations, and I was like, it could be this or this. And then like underneath the second one, I had suddenly just started like typing out like a bunch of ideas to go with it. It was like, obviously that was the one.
So one that got you excited.
Mm.
And Griswold said I came up with a few wants versus needs for my character. That is productive. Vanessa says working on a little autumn-inspired fantasy short story. Ooh, love it. Spooky season. We have one more 20-minute sprint. I know Megan has a few more prompts for us.
Sure do.
I like the energy.
Yeah.
The energy we're giving off
Feeling
here.
creative. I haven't been plotting in a while, like ages. So that's kind of fun.
Also, I like your sweater. I was going to say you've got spooky season sweater on. Nice.
May hear something depressing / just the passage of time autumnal. This sweater is from 2003, which makes it very vintage. Like 20 years old.
Why would you say that?
Why would you? What is this personal attack?
I just wanted to attack all of you.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's write now.
I already know I'm old, Megan.
How dare you?
No, I got it. This like artist who I follow on Instagram was like, I'm gonna sell some of my old clothes, and I saw that and I was like, I need that.
It's a need versus a want.
Yeah, you know, like Nicole's figuring out wants and needs. This was obviously a need.
It was a character motivation for you. And Griswold says, please don't call 2003 vintage.
I know.
I second that.
So the prompts for the last sprint. The casual nano prompt, number 3. So last one was to make a Pinterest board. This one is to begin making a playlist for your idea. Is anything coming to mind that gives you any songs coming to mind that give you feelings about your characters or potential plot points? The serious prompt is I read recently this book, Mastering Plot Twists, by Jane K. Cleland, and it talks about how a compelling, like, twisty plot has a few different kinds of like big plot conflicts that can happen. And there's these 3 categories: a plot twist, where just like something surprising happens, and it might not be a surprise to the reader, but you might see it coming. You know, think meet cute. That's a twist for your character, even though you as a reader know it's coming. A plot reversal, which is like you, the reader, and the character have kind of been actively led into believing this one thing is going to happen, and now the reverse is true. And then moments of heightened danger, like something has happened and now someone's in danger. And so for this sprint, I want you to try and come up with 5 potential instances of one of these different kinds of plot twists that you could scatter throughout your potential plot. You don't have to use them all by the end. Just what are some things that could come up that could fall under these umbrellas? And then the creative productivity prompt, if you are not writing today, just hanging with us, is to make a list of what you're hoping to get done this week and to determine what must get done and what would be nice to get done.
Needs and wants again. I should do that too. I'm writing journaling right now, so I could fit that in. Love
Perfect.
It. Beautiful. So Megan's going to put those in the chat. We have one final 20-minute sprint to go, and then we will wrap up. So I'm going to start the timer now.
Excellent.
Okay, that did startle me that time. All right, how was that for you guys?
I went to make a playlist and forgot every song I'd ever heard in my
Nice.
Not
What is
even a Taylor
music?
Swift song.
What the heck, Kyra?
No.
I did manage to do the want/need to do playlist list in my journal. So that was very good.
Nice.
Yes.
I got like 50 more words of this fight scene done. I'm really slow at fight scenes.
Yeah.
It's hard. I am very slow at fight scenes too. I get it. Because you're like, where is everyone? What is everyone doing? What? I've never seen a real fight except for on TV, which is also not a real fight. So how do I do this?
And to make things more complicated, they're in opposing sleighs. Like it's a sleigh fight. Like
Jingle Bells
Yeah.
sleigh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is fascinating. A sleigh fight. There's so many good puns just sitting right there. Let's see.
I came up with one thing that was like a twist plus that like leads right into a moment of heightened danger. And then I was like, I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to open my Scrivener and make it look pretty for the new idea. And Scrivener opens up to whatever you were working on most recently. And it opened up to the rom-com that I was writing like a year ago. And I was legally obligated to read the first 3 chapters of it. So I got distracted, but it was fun.
It's good distraction.
Because you're going to finish writing that sometime, right?
Someday. I just need a little more plot for it, I feel like.
It's a sign.
I love the beginning of it, though.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Musical Maggie says, I by some miracle finished my homework. Awesome.
Nice.
Good job. And Greswold says, only came up with 3 twists and they're pretty obvious, so I'm going to keep at it. I think that's a great idea to get all of the obvious twists out of the way so they're out of your brain and off your table, so to speak, and then just keep coming up with ideas. I do that not only with plot twists, but with book ideas. I'll like write down the first 3 or 4 that come to me, and then they're usually kind of like the obvious ones, and then it kind of mentally makes way for cooler, more unique things. So
yeah, that's why I put 5 or 6 on the prompt, because I feel like if you have to do that many, then you can kind of end up with like 3.
Yeah, and then you can always kind of jam them together and be like, these 2 are cool, like with each other, and cliche without if it's just separate. But when you smash them together, it's suddenly cool. Andrew got 267. He also says, I need to watch this again and do all the Preptober prompts. Yeah. And Greswold said, these were really thoughtful prompts. I'm going to try and work on completing a few more of them this week. Actually, I want to do that too. I think I'll watch this back and do the productivity ones during the week because today was really lazy for me because my brain is fried. But I would like to do specifically the productivity ones because Meg, when you're like, clean your desk, do this, do that, I'm like, I need to do all of those things real bad.
You could hear my sultry voice again.
Yeah, the raspy, sexy. Am I allowed to say sexy on this channel? I don't know. I did it anyways. Yeah.
We're live, so no takesies, backsies.
Yeah, that's right. It's just tough if I offend you. Sorry. Not sorry. And then we have a rousing conversation about aging in the comments because everyone else was similarly offended that you called the dress, that you called the sweater
Vintage.
Yeah,
I didn't call it that. Depop called it. I'm gonna make a channel in the Discord. I think I'd love to start getting a collection together for potential prompts during Nano, and that was something people mentioned in the chat last week that would probably be really helpful is if we have like, if you have any really fun sprint prompt ideas, we can also use October to try and just get a bunch of those together, because I anticipate a lot of us are doing nano, so I'm guessing we'll end up doing a lot more of these traditional sprints during November. And if you're not in the Discord yet and want to be, just leave a comment and I'll get you Kelly's username and you can add her and she'll get you added.
I think a lot of us just also really missed the sprints. Yeah, it's been a while since we sat and did this together. Thank you for joining us. There was quite a few of you. It's great to see all the old regular faces and some new ones as well. I'm pretty sure, particularly for Preptober and for the month of November, we will be doing more of these. Just get some words on the page. Andrew Walker says 516 words for the whole night. Life is good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job. Nailing it. Any final thoughts before we close things off? No, we're all good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate you always showing up. You did great work today, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.